You take this plunge and you have this child that depends on you for everything, and you finally get them sort of up and going and headed, in sort of the right direction. But there are no guarantees. And when something happens, that it's unfair. There is no question about it. So Connor was our firstborn. He was quirky, and from a very early age, we knew he was quite intelligent. He had pi memorized to 100 digits. He loved Latin. It was his favorite class. He loved math of any description. He was a voracious reader. He was the kind of kid that you'd throw the ball to, as you do when your kids are little and you're trying to figure out if they're sporty or not. And he'd sort of drop the ball and go wander off and look at the clouds or the birds. Connor, it was the end of year 11. He was doing legal studies as one of his 3-4, and he had done really well in year 10 and in year 11 up until halfway through the year. And all of a sudden, his memory was starting to be affected. His teacher was worried. She was reaching out to him, reaching out to me. He couldn't write as fast. His eyes were bothering him. Now, hearing me say all that, it's obvious that there was some neurological something. People thought, oh, it's a virus, he'll shake it off, he'll get better. But as time was going on, he was getting worse. It took a long time to diagnose, and we had one sort of bad weekend where he was on the couch, and I was worried he might be depressed because he just didn't have energy. And he said, I'm not sad, I'm tired. And I'll never forget that because it's a big difference. He knew in himself what was happening. I knew it was going to be bad. I just could sense it, but I also knew we had to figure it out. So we started at the GP, were referred to an eye specialist. The eye specialist took one look at his eyes and said, there's definitely something there. You need to get this checked out. And they did a scan and said, we have found... First they said, I'm so sorry. The woman kept saying she was sorry. And I'm like, why are you sorry? Why are you sorry? And he was in the hospital from the day of his surgery for the next 11 weeks. And he was never alone. We took turns, 24-hour shifts, because we just felt that's what we needed to do. Connor wasn't going to be going to uni. He had been accepted to Stanford University. He got the letter to Stanford the day before his surgery. So his life took a total U-turn. And our life took a total U-turn. So where he was going before diagnosis was certainly not where he was going after, and not certainly after the surgery. We knew he wasn't great, but we didn't know how long, what was happening. He had had some bad seizures in the morning. The ambulance paramedics came, they got him comfortable, and it really was just a matter of time. During that day, I knelt next to him and I said, I will celebrate you and love you every single day for the rest of my life. I'm so glad that I've had you as my son, and you're amazing, and you will stay amazing. It was a powerful time, but I felt very strongly that Connor's life, that life was ending, but his afterlife, if you will, that there was a lot people could celebrate. So he and I would talk about what could he do. And I said, maybe you and I should start a foundation together. I said, you're really inspiring to people. And he looked at me and he said, I don't feel very inspiring. He felt, like a kid that was really unwell, and why would that be inspiring? But he handled himself in a really brave manner. He was very philosophical. I said to him once, doesn't this make you mad? Aren't you mad? Like your whole life has been turned upside down by this. And he looked at me and he said, who am I going to get mad at? It was always there. It was always going to happen. He was very accepting of his fate, and that was something that really resonated with his friends, with his teachers, with our family, that he was wise. I said to him early on, I said, Connor, you are not dying. I am not letting this be the end of you. He said, Mom, we're all dying. And in the scheme of time, we're not that far apart. This is my 17-year-old son giving me these sort of life lessons, and that sticks with you. To hear that a young, strong, beautiful, smart, kind person is going to be felled by an illness that there is no cure for just felt absolutely foreign and wrong. And I had a very strong sense that if I could help make a change for other families, that I would do everything in my power to do that. So when Connor was palliative, he was here, and we were getting flowers and food and things delivered daily. I received a bouquet of flowers, and the note said, "Be fearless, Liz." That was the message to me. That message, anonymously given a week or two before Connor passed away, was very profound. I had some specific things in mind that I wanted to incorporate. Great, because that's a color for brain cancer, and I didn't know that, but learned it and thought it was depressing, but then thought, well, everybody, running in a gray t-shirt's okay. That's a subtle way to get that message across. He loved yellow, was his favorite color. So the volunteers are in yellow shirts, and we brought in the balloons to have a bit of fun. But I also want to do it in a way that feels genuine to who Connor was. And that's why I get back to, I like that our events are youth-filled. I like that we have other, ways to engage young people. He was never one to take things too seriously. He was all about seeing the sort of the whimsical, the other side of things. And I like making sure that that's a part of it. And we came up with the slogan, "More fun than run." So it was, again, more about a celebration.
All right, a big round of applause. Welcome. We promise more fun than run, and we're going to try to deliver. This room, I should probably take it easy, but I don't want to be that guy. So get out, get out, get out of the back of my head. But either way, I'm selling the short way back. It doesn't make a difference if you're waiting or you're bleeding your heart out. And I can't really say no more. Gritting teeth, I'm clenching deep. Oh, why, oh, why, oh, why is this room so crowded? So color me while I'm losing ground. Compensate with what's the score and how much more before I wait, no more. But either way, I'm selling the short way back. It doesn't make a difference if you're waiting or you're bleeding your heart.
I've accepted what's happened, but there is no question. If Connor walked through the door, I'd be like, oh, yay. I can just relax and go back to my, normal life. But now I just sort of have a sense of there's never 1 second that I'm not missing him, that I don't wish he were here. I have this saying that I love what I'm doing. I hate why I'm doing it. I thank Connor every day. He has given me my life's greatest lessons, by far. Absolutely, no question about it. And my life wouldn't be near as rich without him.
Well, look at Connor. Thanks for your inspiration for this event that is helping lots of kids after you. And you've created without even knowing it, you've created an awesome foundation and an awesome event. So thanks, Connor.
Thanks, Connor. Thanks, Connor. Thanks, Connor.
I don't know if we should help him or just let him try to figure out how to roll over, but he is really, really trying.
Thanks, Connor. Thanks, Connor. Thanks, Connor.
Thanks, Connor.
Thanks, Connor.
Showing you how good he is with his new trick. Oh, and there he goes.
Thanks, Connor.
Thanks, Connor.
Thanks, Connor.
Thank you, Connor, for being such an amazing son and for inspiring all of this wonderful positive energy to make a difference for children with pediatric brain cancer. You're awesome.